More than anything else, books will empower children. If you look at the Philippines, I don't know if the statistics is still true, pero we have one of the highest literacy rates in the world. Because 90%, more than 90% of our children enter grade school. And that's the dream of parents na makatapos yung anak nila. Pero more than 50% will not finish high school. But if they know how to read, then that's a skill they can use even beyond. Pero a lot of them then know how to read, pero it's functional lang. If they learn to love books, then reading becomes a habit. And the way to hook them is through children's books. So most kids will learn to read because they will read the books over and over again. Hanggang memorize na nila.
Primary motivation or yung inspiration for creating this program?
I really like the idea of art and children's books. So that's the main thing. On a personal level, it's very fulfilling for us. Both because we get to, like my kids are growing up with a lot of art. Unlike myself na wala naman kayong chance. So because I'm a father, pero I get the sense that they're more creative than I am. It's probably because pero on a larger scale, it's tangible. You give books to a child, and then like I said, we ask the partners na one of the conditions for giving away the books is you give us pictures of the books with the children, and you can see in the smiles it's genuine. Hindi siya contrived na parang pag kinuna nila. You get a lot of pictures na masaya yung bata. So yun it gives you a sense that what you're doing matters, even to just one child.
Sir, kasi sa age ngayon, social media, internet, sabi nila medyo parang napapag-iwanan na daw yung pagbabasa ng books and then yung pati na rin sa art. Anong masasabi niyo po?
Hindi ko alam. I mean, it could be true. I mean, that's one of the things that we don't have. We don't have the data to say one way or the other. All we know is, when they receive the books, they treasure it, diba? So there's masasabi mo yun, sige, they like the internet, they like using it. Pero when they receive the books, gusto rin nila. Diba? So maybe it's a question of access. Tsaka iba rin yung feel na, I mean, like, all our books are downloadable for free. Pero alam mo, iba pa rin yung feel ng actual book. Nakaamoy mo, nakahawakan mo.
Sir, can you tell us about the very first book that you published?
Itong Lesson is This?
Yes.
This was inspired by a French eco-fable entitled The Man Who Planted Trees. The artist was Romeo Forbes, and it was adapted for the Philippines by Ogie Rivera. The show opened on June 13, 2005. It was a sold-out show, and the books also sold out eventually. So, that's the success of that show. Gave us the confidence and the momentum to do a book initially it was just one book a year. Now we publish maybe 3, 4, or 5 books a year.
Sir, how did the advocacy evolved through the years? May mga nagbago ba?
Well, the first big difference was when we were able to figure out how to give actual books to kids. We tapped into, there's this organization in the States. It's a platform actually, parang crowdfunding platform called Global Giving. It's really for NGOs around the world to raise funds. Pero very strict yun, may vetting yan eh. Like, we have to submit reports every 3 months. They visit us, and then we submit audited financial statements. So, pero we're able to raise funds through them. And yung pera na yun, 100% goes to publishing books that we give away. And then, we were eventually able to leverage that and say, approach companies na, dagdagan niyo naman itong mga para we publish mo.
Meron kayo data, sir, ng kung how many books have you given away for free for in a year or last year, ganun?
Meron, pero yun lang. At parang, it's just the numbers. Right now, the next thing we want to do is if we can figure out how to kung effective ba talaga yung books nila. Kasi it's one thing to just to give away the books and we can see na gusto nila. Pero if you were to ask me, did they learn to read, did it affect their reading or are they reading more now because of the books? Hindi ko masagot yun. Pero yung in terms of numbers lang, tsaka where the communities are, meron yan, may data yan. Kasi we ask the partners to distribute to us, for us, to distribute the books for us, to give us reports on ilan yung nabigyan, saan nabigay, and then to give us pictures.
This is through schools or
Iba-iba. So we've given to the military, we've given to leftist organizations, we've given to doctors and dentists doing dental clinics, we've given out on our own, we partner with companies na sila namimigay. Kung sino yung humingi. Then we figure out. And we've given to other NGOs like Save the Children. For many of the children, this is the very first book they get to hold. So when they turn the page, yun nga, sulat na yan, this book belongs to, so ginagawa namin yun. Write your name already kasi that belongs to you. So it's not given, although we do donate to libraries, pagka itong mga book giving events, it's given to the children.
Diretso.
So it's theirs to hold, it's theirs. It's a cliche, di ba? Parang you say the children are the hope of the country. It's a cliche, pero it's true. Diba? We do the books kasi we want our kids to learn to love books. Because if they learn to love books, there's a bigger chance that they will lead a better life than we did kasi they can do things that non-readers or non-lovers of books can. Minsan tatanungin ako mga tao, what does it, yun, from what I think, how does one become a better writer? And isa lang naman masasagot ko dun from experience, you have to read more. But if you're not a reader, you'll never be a good writer. Kasi you have to be, reading exposes you to ideas. It exposes you to worlds that may be true or not, or somewhere in between. It reinforces your own beliefs. Tsaka it triggers the imagination. Makes you realize that there are certain things that are possible, although you never realized it wasn't. Yeah. And the art of storytelling is also another underappreciated skill. Like for all of Duterte's shortcomings, he's an excellent storyteller. I don't know why. I don't get the sense that he reads a lot. Pero it's a skill that you can learn if you read.
He's narratively convincing.
Diba?
Yes.
Kasi it's not, you have to be able to connect. So it's important yung skills na yun. Important that you read and it's important that you're able to convey your ideas. And those that are able to convey their ideas are able to impact the world more than those who stay insular.
Sir, there are so many distractions right now. How is Canvas addressing this?
Like social media.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's a double-edged thing. I mean, you have social media, there's more information than ever before. So, nakakagulo. It's easier to be caught up in fake news and everything. And that's why reading is even more important. Kasi then, if people read, then they can think independently. Then they can, I think we can trust the young with discernment of what's real. I saw somewhere that there was a study, ang mas now-hook sa fake news are the older folks. It's not really the young. The young know the technology, know social media, and know they don't know enough not to trust everything they see right away. But it's important that they are able to think on their own. The Rocking Horse. The Rocking Horse, when we came out with that book, yung nanalong kwento, we were really concerned kasi it's not the typical children's book eh. If you've read The Rocking Horse, yung kwento niya, at the start mamamatay yung nanay eh. And then at the end mamamatay yung bata. So yun, so masayang children's book, di ba? Pero yun ang nanalo. I mean, we couldn't, so we had to trust the process. Pero eventually we found, pero that book went on to win the Gintong Aklat Award. It went on, basta, and then it sold out. And then we found out later on that the trend really in children's books is that you can trust children with sensitive subjects. As long as it's very... So yun, so when we do our books, if you read our books, it's not really yung simple saying, di ba? Parang, see spot run, hindi ganun. May kwento. And then you have to trust. Sometimes there are, kunyari, horror stories. Pero meron ding mga masaya. We have a show on September 14. We're launching 3 books simultaneously. So one is illustrated by Marcel Antonio, using the words of Butch Dalisay. Then we have a book on martial law. Bali ito, I wrote it what I did was I took the affidavits of claimants of martial law, yung victims, so yung horrific details, and then distilled it to 3 sentence stories. And then yun yung in-illustrate ni Renz Baluyot. The title of that book is Silent Witnesses, kasi usually there aren't any witnesses except for the soldiers. So kaya silent witnesses, the paintings are of the furniture, yung inanimate objects who can't speak. And then the third book is a counting book for children. So we got si Yanis si Kuya to do illustrations for them.
So hindi lang pala sir, puro children's book, meron din mga other topics,
So these ones are special projects.